welcome Cancer to your Astrodice reading for April. Hope you guys are doing great out there. If you guys like this, make sure you hit that big old like button. And for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope for the month using only one of the 12 houses. That house is very important. That's the house we're going to be diving deep into. Okay, guys, let's get straight into this. Best message coming out. Rolling the dice. We have some, right off the bat, we have some Scorpion energy to the 12th house in Mars. Look at that, having some Mars energy coming out straight into that 12th house. Nice. Okay, so we do have that Mars energy coming in. And there it is. Your physical energy, drive, strength, and fighting spirit coming out. That one's a little bit, there we go. And going straight into Scorpio, doing it some Scorpio style. The energy is intense, masterful, thoughtful, and magnetically charming. Also secretive and possessive. Okay. There we go. And going straight into the 12th house. So this is going to be all about that 12th house. This is the area of your life that is overwhelming you. You yield to a greater cause of power. Nice. So I do like this, though. This is a deeply transformative time. Something beneath the surface is really stirring over here, guys. There's some hidden motivations, some past patterns going on. Could even be some unforeseen influences that might be coming into focus at this time. Something that's hidden with that Scorpion energy. Okay, I'm getting straight into the situation. The situation is taking place in the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month. Best message, please, for the beautiful Cancer. Do you have the King of Wands in reverse? To the Seven of Pentacles in reverse? To the Chariot in reverse? Okay. Well, this is very... very heavy energy over here, guys. With the King of Wands reverse, it's suggesting that there's some kind of leadership or control, either of your own life or from others. It's creating some kind of friction. It's coming under Mars, too. So that's some heavy, heavy-duty energy. Could be definitely dealing with a fire sign. Doesn't have to be. Or could have heavy fire in the chart. Because I feel like this person really wants to be in control. I don't really feel like it's you so much as it could be someone else. If you know it's you, that's fine. But it does feel like you've been planting seeds over here. But there's a lot of impatience and frustration without any progress. It's almost like things that you've been waiting on may have stalled out. Looks like it took a different direction than you wanted it to take. Maybe it was going good at one time and then it just like flipped and went the other direction. And now it feels like you're working without the rewards. Whether this is a love situation, job situation, put it where it needs to be. But I do feel like it's stalled out. It's showing this hidden obstacle in the 12th house. Some kind of internal resistance, making you feel like you're spinning your wheels, but like going nowhere, right? So it's very overwhelming, but it's definitely going to give you this time to pause and reflect rather than just keep pushing forward. Yeah. Let's look and see what's going on. Yeah. Greatest power sometimes is when you just kind of step away from the situation and kind of look at it from a different perspective. And I like that too, because that, that right there could be the King of Wands for you. Is just standing out and kind of looking at it from a different direction. Okay, let's get straight into the mid-month over here for you, Cancer. See what's going on. In the mid-month, you do have the Judgment. Do you have the Judgment card coming out? To the Temperance in reverse. There's that impatience coming out. And the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords says if you clearly look at it from this direction, you can make this breakthrough. You're going to have these new sharp ideas coming through and finding that success. The Temperance is showing that you are aware of patterns and decisions that have been subconsciously influencing you to continue down this road. So I do feel like you're going to have this kind of great awakening to this understanding, because I do feel like most of you are going to take this step back and kind of look at the past and see what's going on within that situation. So there is going to be this overwhelming, awareness that's coming out. I mean, you have the Judgment and the Ace of Swords. So it's saying, hey, look, this is where the clarity can be. Where you might have felt blocked and had this delay and made it difficult for you to balance out and have patience. Now, you might still feel like you have a little impatience behind the scenes, behind your emotions. It's like, okay, I'm keeping as patient as I can, but in your head, your mind may be going crazy, right? So you could be showing this other person or showing this situation patience, but that doesn't mean that you're sleeping great at night, right? It means that I'm still having this excessive indulgence of thinking about this situation, which is causing me internal impatience. Yeah, it happens though. Sometimes because we have to manage the tension. And sometimes even though we're thinking the right way and we're having this overall awareness, doesn't mean that the tension and the stress goes away. It just means that now I can think of it this way. And sometimes it even causes more tension. This is true, right? Because now that I understand what's going on, I want to leap that way. I want to be impulsive. I want to jump that direction. Maybe for some of you, you're keeping this to yourself too until you can figure things out. So even though there's now feels like there's this slow progress, right? It could just feel still a little overwhelming. Let's see what we have some cards over here. Let's get some clarifiers on this situation. Ooh. Give myself a little more space. Yeah, High Priestess mode. Look at that. You're stepping into this place of clarity, total understanding, integrating everything that you have to say, I know what I have. It's more like secret knowledge coming out, right? Your intuition is high. Wow. You have the Nine of Cups coming out. So you are finding this satisfaction. Even though you're still feeling a little impulsive, a little imbalanced, feeling like maybe you still have these extreme things going on. It's almost like it shifted though. It shifted because even though there's some anxieties, you're feeling more satisfied because you have better understanding. Yeah. Don't tell me you don't. I mean, you have the High Priestess coming out on the Judgment and you have the Ace of Swords. Wow. And then you have the Three of Wands, so you know where you're going now. You're saying, okay, so you pushed me over here in the beginning of the month and said, this is not the right path for me. Well, what's the right path and where do I go? Or can I make a loop around, fix it, make it better? Well, some things you can, right? It doesn't say you have to 100% just throw it all away. No, sometimes it gives you this great idea and then you can come back and say, hey, this is how we fix this. This is how we make this happen. Right? So you're feeling now that you are making progress with all this introspective. I mean, all you got to do is just stand outward and look at it from a different perspective. And boy, you're getting all these victories within yourself. Okay, so let's see what we have at the end of the month. Wow, this is a gorgeous reading. You're going to definitely get over this overwhelming feeling. I see where the Scorpio is making it very intense. That's for sure. Okay, you have the Hermit coming out. Wow. You're definitely keeping this to yourself for the majority of you. You're not going to let anybody know your secrets. There's a lot of secrets. High Priestess says this is a secret. Hermit says this is a secret. I've got this secret knowledge of how to get to my Nine of Pentacles for my own self-sufficient. Starts with myself so that I can push it out there. I don't want anybody to know. That's how I feel. You're a water sign anyway, so pretty mysterious in their own ways. Keeping this to yourself until you find that piece, right? That 100% puzzle piece, but it looks like you're getting it and you're gaining it at the end of the month. You're like, I've got it, but I'm still kind of keeping to myself. Maybe, wow, you know, guys, I mean, intuitively over here, I'm going to say that the majority of you, it's almost like you're testing the waters of the temperance. You're like, I got it, but I don't want to share it until I know it works, right? I want it to make sure that it's smooth, that it's going the way I want it to be so that it is my true victory. It's like, I want this to be the overall victory. If it's working and I kind of see it working, and maybe even by the words that I'm doing, maybe you're just talking to someone you've been having an upset with, right? Maybe just by talking to them gently and taking a different approach, maybe you're kind of waiting for it to have that subtle turnaround. But you don't want to push on that or be too vulnerable with it, right? Because you're searching, you're still kind of, you're testing the waters, whether it's a job, a person. But you're definitely trusting within yourself and your intuition, but you're like preparing to see what's next. How is this going to unfold? Will this work? Or is it going to go back the way it was before? Or maybe this is something completely different, but I want to make sure that I'm not doing the same thing I did from the past, because we did see the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck in the mid-month. So is it going to be different? No matter what, you want it to be different, and you're engaging differently. Just everything that you're doing is like having a private victory within yourself as you're engaging and watching this all unfold differently. All from just doing something different. Just don't let your anxieties overwhelm you too much. I think as you keep going, I think you're going to get this, guys. I think you're going, you are. I mean, you have, what's at the bottom of the deck? Page of Pentacles to the Seven of Cups. Nice. So the Seven of Cups obviously will come before the Page of Pentacles because it's before, because the page was the very last one. So it says you will have these opportunities in May that you're going to start seeing this person, you're going to start seeing this situation actually paying off for you and becoming something that's actually solid and stable for you. Okay. So it's developing exactly the way that maybe within your mind as you're envisioning, maybe you're envisioning this happening. Great visualizers, manifesting, visualizing how this is going to happen, and it's taking that turn and it's going that way. Wow, that was beautiful, guys. This is a personal, beautiful achievement. I mean, your self-confidence here is beautiful, and that quiet recognition that you have within yourself is really paying off. Okay, until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.